Shout out to our sponsor, Dollar Shave Club.
You should see why over 3 million members love Dollar Shave Club. They're so confident in the quality of all their products. Now you can get your first month of the club for free. Just pay shipping.
After that, it's just a few bucks a month, no long-term commitments, no hidden fees. Get yours at dollarshaveclub.com/no. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm John Reisinger.
Want to play Steam VR games, but you don't want to drop crazy money for HTC Vive or Oculus Rift? You're not alone, and now there's a hack for that.
You can hack it. Thanks to the magic of the internet and its many adventurous rule breakers, the $400 PSVR headset now works with Steam VR games. Suck it, DRM!
All right, this witchcraft was made possible by Reddit user Loxai, who has performed similarly miraculous feats in the past with a piece of software known as Trinus VR. He posted the new hack in a Reddit thread, which brings an alpha version of Trinus that enables PSVR owners to partake in the wonders of Steam VR. So now, kind of get the best of both worlds.
Some of you might already be familiar with the program that this new software is based off of, Trinus VR. It's the same software that allows for the translation of Android devices to PC VR. Previously, Trinus was meant for people with Google Cardboard and a mobile phone to play Steam VR games straight through their phones, ditching the expensive headset for the cheaper version you already have in your pocket.
Seems like a common theme.
Yeah.
According to the website, Trinus VR uses the display and sensors of your own phone to transform it into a portal to your PC games. Live your PC games in virtual reality today. With the PSVR version, there are only minimum features supported. There's only head tracking that works rather than the positional tracking you'd find with the PS Move controllers. But to be fair, those don't really work that well on PS4 either, so that's a wash.
However, that still gives you access to quite a few Steam VR games that only make use of head tracking and a controller, like Elite Dangerous, Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, and other flight simulators like Approach Pilot Edition. Some on Reddit and NeoGAF who have tested Trinus PSVR have reported that Elite Dangerous in particular is already working. It's not perfect, but users say the early results are promising.
Now, as for Move controller support, it looks like others in the community are already making progress on positional tracking and motion controls thanks to an app called PSVR Framework. So it's possible, entirely possible, that soon, with some more concerted effort, the two teams can get these pieces of software playing nicely with one another. Although, to be fair, early reports about Trinus VR's ability to translate PC games to your mobile phone have been spotty, so there's no telling how well this function will ultimately even work, but it's still a nice start to see that it's possible.
Yeah, ever since people found out a few weeks back that PSVR did work when plugged into PCs and even the Xbox One.
That really tickled me. I just like being able to plug it in and use it as a super monitor on an Xbox. I mean, come on, it's an expensive joke.
Albeit it's in a stripped-down cinematic mode. The VR community's been waiting for someone to try their hand at getting the headset fully integrated in one of the bigger ecosystems like the Oculus Store or Steam.
And this isn't the first time we've had tales of VR headsets leaping across ecosystems either. Earlier this year, a program published on GitHub called Revive made it possible for non-Rift owners to play Oculus Rift exclusive games with other headsets by translating the Oculus SDK to OpenVR. If you'll recall, Oculus was not too happy about that. They updated the platform with DRM that then ran checks to make sure Rift exclusives were being viewed on a proprietary headset, which actually then opened a backdoor for people to fully pirate Oculus exclusives.
That's why you never go full DRM. Joke there. Since that whole fiasco, Oculus backtracked on all of that again and said they'd no longer run any hardware checks for non-Rift headsets. So that means the PSVR could feasibly work on that platform as well.
But since this hack works on the Steam side of things rather than on Sony's, that means this will only stop if Valve wants it to and patches Steam so that it doesn't accept inputs from PSVR or Move Camera. Now, considering Valve's much more lax stance on headset DRM and exclusivity, this might be something that's around to stay. It may even provide budget-conscious gamers with a means of getting the full breadth of VR titles by having access to both PS4 exclusives and Steam VR. Think of it, it's like doubling your library.
Yeah. Although there is always the chance that Sony could start issuing DMCAs to have the software pulled. But really, this is one of those things that hurts neither Sony or Valve. For Valve, it potentially opens your storefront to more customers. And for Sony, all they care about is preserving their own ecosystem. If this catches on, it could even widen their audience. If the hack went the other way, you could bet Sony would shut it down quickly because their exclusives are their big selling point.
Yes, that's true. Some of the comments in the Reddit thread about Trinus PSVR even make note of this, saying they ultimately made their decision not just because of the price factor, with PSVR costing a full $200 less than the base Rift and $400 less than Vive, but also the Japanese exclusives. Thanks to being backed by Sony, PSVR is going to have access to a number of heavy-hitting AAA franchises that Rift and Vive are going to struggle to match. And even at launch, PSVR was supported with a huge amount of titles. I mean, it launched with like 30 games. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So this could potentially provide a way for gamers to get the best of all worlds and even untethers the PSVR headset from the underpowered PS4. However, it should also be noted that it's not just the hardware of the PS4 that potentially dampens the experience, but also the Move controllers and PS camera, which you'd still be stuck with.
Now, you can't have everything. So there's that. We'll have to see if this is something that Sony allows to play out, or if they decide to go Nintendo and start throwing DMCAs around.
Oh, don't go Nintendo.
Never go full Nintendo.
Never. What do you guys think of PSVR getting hacked to work with Steam VR? Let us know in the comments.
And for future updates on VR and ways to get it for cheap, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Thanks to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this update.
Yeah, DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors right to your door, so you don't have to keep using the same dull razor because it's a pain to get them from the store.
They've got a whole amazing lineup of razors too, so you can decide how fancy you want to get. Plus extras like Dr. Carver's shave butter, mint cedarwood body cleanser, really nice amber smelling lavender soap, or the peppermint butt
I
wipes.
still haven't tried those. I like
You
the body
really
cleanser,
should. You really should.
though. Dollar Shave, send me some
They're
butt
tingly.
wipes.
Dollar Shave Club is so confident in the quality of all their products. Now you can get your first month of the club for free. Just pay shipping.
After that, it's just a few bucks a month. No long-term commitment, no hidden fees. There's no reason not to do it. Get yours at DollarShaveClub.com/no.